Would you like to feel more confident and then really do the things that deep down you want to be doing, where you're big and bold, but then that little voice in your head is telling you, don't bother, you're not good enough, it's scary, it's not safe? Or do you maybe worry what other people say or think of you if you're all of a sudden stepping into your power and being big and bold? Well, if any of that resonates with you, then this video is for you, because I want to share with you 8 powerful ways for you to build up your self-confidence so you can really be big and bold. Go after your dreams with confidence and certainty that no matter what, you can do this. It is meant to happen and it will happen for you. So if you would like to learn how to build up your self-confidence and be big and bold, then stay tuned. Hello beautiful soul, welcome back to another video, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So excited that you're here. My name is Kay Sanders and this channel is all about helping awakening souls on their spiritual awakening journey so they can really learn how to awaken to their power within and create a life of more success, abundance and freedom, all while living their life on purpose and also being big and bold. So if that's you, then I want to invite you, please be sure to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content. So if you're challenged with really being big and bold and being confident and going all out there and doing the things that you want to do, you're not alone in this, because so many people are afraid of, well, what are other people going to think? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I make a fool out of myself? Or just the fear of being visible, the fear of being heard, the fear of being seen, and all of those things. And especially I've noticed that a lot also in the spiritual community. It's like just being all that you are, like being all of who you are, being spiritual, having these gifts and really sharing that openly, confidently. I've seen a lot of people who are really struggling with that, and I was there myself too in the beginning phases. I didn't want to tell people about my gifts. I was always holding back. I wasn't really sharing about the things like that I can do, my gifts, and how I can really help people. I was playing rather small, and I see it with so many people that we often hold back. We play small. And in this video, I really want to share with you those 8 ways that you can really empower yourself, because you are here for a powerful purpose. You are here to make an impact in whatever way, shape, and form is to your highest and greatest good, and is your soul is calling you to step into. But doing that also requires for you to step outside of your comfort zone, doing things that are big and bold. And that's often the scary thing. And I want to share something with you before I go into those 8 ways of how to empower yourself, of what my guides had shared with me before, because I allowed my fears to kind of hold me back. I didn't want to be visible. You know, before I started with YouTube, I'm like, no, I'm not good enough. I can't do this yet. And I had so many fears coming up. And one thing that my guides had shared with me is that it's not about my fears. It's not about my doubts. It's not about my stuff or even my stories. It's about my mission. It's about what my soul has come here to do, which is to make an impact, to help awakening souls. When you allow yourself to shift your focus away from your own stuff and focus on what you're here to do, your soul's mission, it can make it a lot easier. But that is the guidance that I had received a while ago when I really allowed my fears to hold me back. I knew I was meant to be big and bold, but I didn't allow myself to be big and bold. I'm still working on it, right? But that's what my guides have shared with me. It's not about me. It's not about my fears. Now here, for you, it's not about you or your fears, your doubts. It's about what your soul has come here to do. It's about that big, beautiful mission that your soul has chosen for this lifetime. So let me share with you those 8 ways that can help you really build up your self-confidence so you too can be big and bold and overcome many of those limiting beliefs, the fears, the doubts that have been holding you back up until this point. The first powerful way is give yourself a pep talk. Like, stand in front of the mirror and give yourself a powerful pep talk that I can do this, I'm good enough, I got this, you know, I've accomplished so much already, I can do this, I love myself, I accept myself, I appreciate myself, people are gonna love what I do. Things like that. Really give yourself that pep talk. Tell yourself that you can do this, you're good enough, whatever it is that will really help you. Like, fire yourself up basically. Especially you can do this whenever there's something you would like to do, but you're noticing that fear is kind of kicking in, you're kind of slowing down, you're holding yourself back, you're like, no. get in front of the mirror, or take your phone and record yourself, or turn on the camera or whatnot if you don't have a mirror handy, and give yourself a pep talk. You cannot believe how powerful this is. And sometimes you can even give yourself a little bit of a heart-to-heart kind of conversation, like, stop being so afraid, or whatever it is. I've done that many times myself as well, and it really helped really get out of my own way, because then I realized, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I've talked myself out. It's like, no, I don't want to do this. I know I can do this. So it really helped me then really step into my power. So try this. Give yourself a pep talk. Get in front of the mirror. Give yourself a pep talk of how good you are, how much you love yourself, and all of those different things to really fire yourself up to then actually act on it. And especially when it's something, and you can do this daily just to give yourself a pep talk, but you can also especially do it whenever you're noticing you're holding yourself back. Give yourself a pep talk. Talk yourself up so much that you're like, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna do it. I can do this. I got this. And you then take action on it. Then the second piece here is, the second way is, review your past accomplishments and achievements. And here I'm not just talking about the big things. I'm talking also about the small things. You have accomplished a lot. You are already a very accomplished person. For one, you get up every single morning to do the things you feel called to do, right? You have accomplished certain things. You probably have a degree, or you've made it through school. You got a driver license. You have probably overcome a lot of challenging times. You probably have, gone through college or an education. You succeeded. You've had good grades in the past. Maybe not all of the grades were good, but you've had good grades before. I'm pretty sure you've had some good grades. You've had so many accomplishments. And I want to invite you to look back over your life and just write down all of the accomplishments. And if it's about something that you actually want to do, let's say you want to do something that's really scary. See if you have done something in your life where it was also scary, but you pushed through, you did it anyways. See if you can find somewhat of a connection to what you want to do now that is scaring you, and something you have done in the past, to see the accomplishment that, you've done it before. You've overcome so much already. You have accomplished so much already. You have so many achievements. Maybe you have gotten an award at work before, or just an award in general. Maybe you have become a published author or something like that. Review those past accomplishments. If, for example, you are working with clients and you have gotten some testimonials before, look at those testimonials, how much of an impact you have made with other people already. When you review your past accomplishments and past achievements, that also can fire you up, because then you realize, you know what? I've overcome so much already. I've accomplished so much already. I can do this. That also can give you that boost of confidence and motivation to really move forward, to be big and bold, because you've accomplished so much already. You've overcome so much already. You are definitely good enough to move forward. So review those past accomplishments to really give yourself that inner boost as well, because that also helps you see that you are pretty darn good already. And just tap into that feeling of that. Then the third way is, set smaller goals. Oftentimes, or I don't really like to set goals per se, I like to set intentions. And I'm not talking about SMART goals here either, because I have found SMART goals can actually set you up for failure. Because if you set a goal with a specific date and time and specific amount or whatnot, those measurable time-based SMART goals, it can set you up for failure. Because if you set that goal but deep down you're not ready to actually have that, and then the time comes, you actually feel pretty lousy because it didn't happen, right? So me personally, I don't set SMART goals. I set intentions of what I want to work towards. Now, when you set those smaller goals, those smaller intentions, instead of that big one, now you still want to have the big one in mind, right? Let's say you want to become absolutely successful and make a huge impact, have a powerful, successful, thriving business or whatnot. That's perfectly fine. You still can have the overall goal of where you're moving towards, but then Set smaller goals or intentions of the smaller things that you can accomplish. Because when you go from 0 to 100 basically with your goals, it's too far of a stretch, which then can also cause you to feel very overwhelmed, very challenged, and then you're actually feeling maybe even paralyzed because it's so huge that you don't do anything at all. So chunk it down, set those smaller goals or make those smaller intentions of what you can accomplish, and whenever you did accomplish it, don't just then move on to the next one, but then really celebrate it. You want to tune into that energy like, oh my God, I accomplished this. Oh my God, even though it's a small step, perfectly fine. Even if it means, let's say you want to start a YouTube channel, right? And you want to do videos. When you focus on, I want to create a successful YouTube channel, that is like going from 0 to 100. It's just too far. Just start with the first goal could be, well, I can decide on the name and the topic of my channel. Maybe the next thing is just recording your very first video, and then the next and the next. Setting those smaller goals, the smaller milestones that you can actually achieve, but then for each one and really pausing like, okay, I achieved it, I did it, I got it. Maybe even write it down and then scratch it out. I achieved this, I achieved that. Check mark, check mark, check mark. That helps you build up your confidence too, because if you're just focusing on those big goals, it takes a while to get to those big goals, right? If you want to make a certain income each and every month and you're just starting out right now, and let's say you want to get to 10K a month, well, it's not going to happen within like a week. Well, unless you're really lucky, but usually it doesn't happen that way. It may take weeks, months, maybe even years, until internally you're also ready to allow yourself to make that kind of money. And that's a different story about money blocks and whatnot. But it takes some time. So when you set those smaller goals, those smaller intentions, like, okay, I just want to make my first 500, then the next 1,000, then the 1,500, 2,000, still having the main goal in mind, like I want to get to 10K a month or whatever that is, but don't focus on it so much. Focus on the smaller ones and then write it down. This is my goal. I want to get to 500 a month. I want to get to 1,000 a month. I want to get to, whatever it is, right? And then check mark it. Whenever you achieved it, make a check mark there or scratch it out. I achieved it. But then really breathe into that excitement. Like, yes, I achieved it. I accomplished it. So set those smaller goals that can help you then get to the bigger one. It's like, think of that as saying, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. And same thing with achieving your goals and your desired destination. It's not about focusing just on the big thing and then forgetting about all the small steps and then waiting until you achieve it and then, oh, now I feel accomplished. But it's about all the small steps that need to happen that will get you there, and celebrating each and every one of your wins. Like daily, maybe tune in and say, what win can I celebrate today? What have I accomplished today? And it could just mean that maybe you, for the longest time, you wanted to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and hey, this morning you actually did get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That is a win. Instead of hitting snooze 5, 6, 7 times and staying in bed for an additional hour, and you get up early, that is a big accomplishment. Or maybe that you didn't check your social media all day long, that you maybe just checked it once, or your email just once. That is an accomplishment. Whatever goal you set, you can tune in the morning. What is the goal I have for myself today? And then in the evening, check in with yourself. Have I accomplished it? What accomplishments did I have? That also builds up your confidence quite nicely as well. Then the fourth way is teach yourself daily how to feel confident. And what I mean with that is, well, you know what it feels like to feel confident. You felt confident before. So what you can do is look back over your life. When do you remember you felt absolutely confident, proud of yourself, certain that everything is going to work out, whatever it is, but you really think of in a moment where you felt absolutely confident. And then really tune into that. Feel it in your body. Really teach your body how it feels like to feel confident. You can do that daily for 5 minutes each and every day if you want. Or just even if it's just a minute or whatnot. Really tune in. Maybe even bringing up that image of whenever you felt confident. Use it as your anchor. If you don't really remember how it feels to feel confident, which I truly believe your body still remembers how to feel confident, but use that image, that story, that event that happened to use it as an anchor, but really tune in. Feel the confidence, like really feel yourself maybe spreading your wings, feeling really more taller, more expanded, whatever it is that it is for you. But feel the confidence. Feel it and teach your body that. And if you do that daily, maybe even multiple times a day, if you're really struggling with confidence, tune in, bring up that feeling of confidence and feel it. Really turn up the knob on the feeling, like bring it up all the way to 100%. Really feel it and stay in that feeling for maybe a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you feel you want to do. But feel it for at least 30 seconds to 60 seconds. That's what will then teach your body to how it feels to feel confident. Then the next time, or once you have taught your body long enough to feel confident and you're struggling with confidence, you just need to think about confidence and poof, you're feeling confident, right? So teach your body daily. That too will improve your confidence, because while you're teaching your body how it feels to feel confidence, you don't need anything outside of you to just feel confident. You just then feel confident because you're teaching your body daily how that feels. You're embodying that on a daily basis. And then the fifth way is write a new reality. As the confident, empowered version of yourself. You can do free writing. Write down, as the empowered, confident version of myself, I now ... and just free write. Write as that confident self. You can focus on whatever you're struggling with right now, for example. Let's say you do want to do videos, but you're struggling with that. Write down, as the confidence version of myself, who now easily creates videos for YouTube. I now feel absolutely confident, easily create content, show up on camera, absolutely excited and vibrant, whatever. Write as that. You want to put yourself into that situation, like you're really writing it as your new reality. Really put yourself into that situation. You're already confident. You're already doing the videos or whatever else it is that you want to do that you're holding yourself back on, and writing it from that point of view. And as you're writing it, not just writing, but really tap into the energy. That helps you too to then feel a whole lot more confident. And then act on it. Do whatever you feel called to do to then really feel confident, and then do the things that you feel called to do. Whether it's recording a video or, reaching out to people or starting something, whatever it is. But writing your reality on a daily basis is also a very powerful thing for you to really up your self-confidence. And here I also want to invite you to check out my little 5-day program. It's called Awaken to Your Inner Badass Self, where I really help you really tap into that, where I help you really uncover your inner badass self and really embody that. So if that's of interest to you, the link is in the description below. Check it out. It's a 5-day mini journey, basically, to really help you awaken to your inner badass self. Now, the 6th way is you want to challenge your inaccurate beliefs. Uncover what beliefs that you have right now that are really holding you back. Whether it's I'm not good enough, there's so many other people that are doing it, so why should I do that? Any of those things, really. And then when you uncover those, you uncover your beliefs that are really holding you back, then you want to challenge them. Are they even true? Or are they just your truth? They're most likely are just your truth because you believe them to be of truth, but they're not actually true. Because you are definitely good enough to get started. You already have enough knowledge to get started with whatever it is that you want to do. And then you keep growing anyways. So when you challenge your beliefs, you realize that, well, you know what? I'm actually good enough. I can do this. Whatever I've believed in, they were actually lies, because that's what they are. Those beliefs, that you made them your truth because of whatever you experienced outside of you. But they're not really of truth. And here, when you allow yourself to see the higher truth is where you're good enough to get started, and you can get better as you grow, right? You learn different things as you're doing this, and then you realize, you learn from that. You learn from your experience. Maybe even the mistakes that you're making, which is perfectly fine, because I don't believe in failure. I believe in whatever things don't work is simply feedback telling you this is not how it's supposed to work, or this is not working for you. Let's shift things around. But challenge your inaccurate, limiting beliefs. When you challenge that, then you will also realize that I've believed in lies, and I'm definitely good enough to get started. I'm definitely good enough to do this. I can do this. Just because other people are doing it doesn't mean that I can do it, because the right people are meant to hear my message. They will find me. Things like that, right? So challenge your inaccurate beliefs. Then the seventh way is you want to push past your comfort zone. And even if it's just those small steps, like I mentioned earlier, setting smaller goals, same thing, taking those smaller steps. Let's going back to, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to share your message. Take small steps. Share just one video at first. Do just the first video. And then push through that. Just post it. Post it, get it out there. And then when you do that, tune into the accomplishment. Really teach yourself, it's safe to do this. I can do this. I didn't die. I didn't drop dead. No one bit my head off. No one, yelled at me or anything like that. Because you see, the thing is, let's say you do want to start a YouTube channel. Not many people are going to watch your videos when you first post it. When I first started with my YouTube channel, I did like a month of daily videos. Maybe 5 people, 10 people actually watched my videos. So in the beginning, no one cared about my videos. So when you put your videos out there or whatever you're doing, it's not that millions of people are going to watch it. Now, I'm at like a little over 1,000 views each video. But you see, the thing is, in the beginning, no one watches your stuff. No one really sees it. So it's safe to post it to get the repetition in. But then whenever you do it, really, it's about pushing past your comfort zone. And then pausing enough to realize, like, I did it. Oh my God. How cool is that? And then really teach yourself that, you know what, it's safe. I can continue doing it. And then do the next one. But pushing past your comfort zone. And even if it's just a little bit, just stepping a little bit outside of your comfort zone. And then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And then maybe the next time you take a bigger step. And then maybe take a leap outside of your comfort zone. But if you're really afraid and really holding back, just take those smaller steps. Those smaller steps outside of your comfort zone, but keep pushing against your comfort zone. The thing is, whenever you step outside of your comfort zone, that makes you grow as well. You cannot believe how many times I've pushed past my comfort zone. It was scary in the moment. The first videos I posted, I actually had to remove them from YouTube because they were so horrible. Just watching them, like, I cannot keep them on my channel, right? But you know what? The first videos helped me get to where I'm at today. If I would have never posted my very first video, I would have never done my second, my third, the fourth. Now I've already recorded hundreds of videos, not just for my YouTube channel, but also I have created online programs with tons of videos in there. Like this program I just mentioned to you, the 5-day Awaken to Your Inner Badass program. I created that. I would have never created those videos if I wouldn't have started with my first one. So start pushing past your comfort zone, even if it's just a small step, and then celebrate each and every step that you take that where you pushed past your comfort zone. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. You did it. You did it. Good job. Good job. Do that to prep yourself up, to really talk yourself up. And remember, the first point here was give yourself a pep talk. Do that too. And then the 8th and final way is use positive affirmations with a twist. And I say with a twist is because it's not just enough to just read or say positive affirmations, because you want to feel into them. You want to embody them. You want to see yourself as that version who has embodied that affirmation, that version of you who's actually already there, who's already confident, who's already doing the things that you are now wanting to do, but you're holding yourself back on. So use those positive affirmations of whatever it is that you're holding yourself back on, whatever you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you would like to change in your life. Use those positive affirmations, but like I said, feel into them. That's why writing your reality is such a powerful way of really tapping into it, because it's kind of like using positive affirmations, but just more lengthier, right? But even using positive affirmation like I can do this, I'm empowered, I'm wealthy, I'm deserving, whatever it is, and you can even, make them bigger. That, life is always working out for me. It gets better and better. I am a confident person that does all the things that I want to do with ease and with confidence, with I'm feeling motivated to do the things that I feel called to do. I trust in myself. I can trust in myself. I allow myself to really be confident to do the things that I know deep down within my heart I'm meant to do. The universe is always taking care of me. Life is always working out for me. It gets easier the more I do this. Whatever it is that you want. But then not just say it, but really see yourself doing it. Feel it and really embody it. That is so powerful. But these are the 8 powerful ways to really up your confidence, to build up your confidence. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button and let me know even how do you keep yourself empowered? What do you do to really build up your confidence? Is there anything that I haven't shared that you would maybe like to share in the comments below? Let me know. I would definitely appreciate it. I would love to know. But being confident, it's not that hard. It's all happening within your mind. It's all happening within you. There's nothing outside of you that's going to help you make yourself feel confident. It's a choice from within. You choosing to feel confident. You choosing to do something about breaking through your limiters. Uncovering what they are and really breaking through that. Doing things that will really help you feel empowered. And I just shared with you 8 ways. Maybe even let me know which of those 8 ways do you feel most excited about, that you feel called to maybe implement in your life as well. I would love to know. But here you go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now be sure to check out this next video here about 8 ways to improve your self-esteem and how you see yourself. That too can help you with your confidence as well. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make it an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.